And at Stratford High School in 1975, the hottest teacher by far was a woman named Marion Wiggins. I think Marion was probably in her late 20s when we were in our late teens, and she was a beautiful gal. I think she was a cheerleader at UT. At least that was the suggestion floating around the halls. But beautiful gal. So life goes on, and of course, she never would return my glance, no matter how often I looked her way in math class. And life would go on, and probably 15 years later, I'm in a multi-defendant case representing a good friend of mine named Larry Ramming. Ramming was a mortgage broker and was falsely accused of mortgage fraud, loan fraud, wire fraud, mail fraud, bank fraud, all the frauds. And it was a case he should have never been charged with, but he was charged with. And we were in trial in front of Judge Hoyt. Judge Hoyt is one of my favorite judges. I just love the man. He's thoughtful, he's objective, he's fair, he's decent, he has a good sense of humor, and he's not afraid to call bullshit. So we're in trial, and we found out that the prosecutor had just time after time after time. We caught her lying, cheating, and stealing. Her name was Julia Hyman. She is appropriately named Hyman. And Judge Hoyt said at one point, Miss Hyman, I'm afraid or I'm concerned that either you or a lawyer representing you in the future will take the position that your remarks to me are not subject to a review for perjury because they're not sworn to. And she said, well, Judge, I don't know how to respond. And he said, I do. Raise your right hand. Whereupon all the wind in the room was sucked out, because that's something I'd never seen before in my life, where a judge swears in a prosecutor to make sure that her remarks could be used for prosecuting her later on. It was remarkable. So we felt pretty good about our chances after that, and we'd filed a motion to dismiss based upon prosecutorial misconduct that Judge Hoyt would grant the next day. We'd been in trial for weeks, and the clients invited their wives and their spouses and whatever to come. But sure enough, I turned around, and on the second row right there was the famous Marion Wiggins, my former high school hot teacher. So not only did we win that day in a major way, I got to impress, although I probably didn't, the hottest teacher from my high school some 15 years after the fact.